Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show, where I try to bring you new providers, new technologies, and introduce you to the best professionals in the industry, all so you can make informed decisions. Today, I'd like to welcome Demar Amacker, the Senior Director of Business Operations of Zift Solutions, the sponsor of the Top Gun Show. Demar is a results-driven revenue and marketing operations leader with over 10 years of experience in business operations and strategy. In his current role as Senior Director of Business Operations at Zift Solutions, Demar partners with leadership to drive operational excellence across all go-to-market operations, including marketing, sales, customer success, and post-sales. In 2022, he was recognized as one of the top 25 RevOps leaders by Revenue IO. Demar, welcome to the Top Gun Show.
Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, man, it's nice to have you on. I'm a huge fan of what you guys are doing at Zift. So, first question, how does the rapid evolution of technology impact the shifting landscape of revenue operations and channel operations?
I wish I could, isolate this to really one answer, but just by looking at the bookmarks bar on my computer, I can see, the constant landscape of technology and in this, SaaS space. There's a new tool every day. So yeah, obviously staying on top of that, but also making sure that you're, you know, you're really conscious about the data decisions that you're making, with your technology stack. You're making sure that things are playing nicely. You're really, seeing, that customer 360 as your end goal, with regards to your full revenue, life cycle. So if you exclude the channel operations aspect of it, you're leaving a huge part of your customer journey. And I think that you're neglecting a huge opportunity there as we see businesses go from 50 to 250, 250 to a billion in scale. You have to, use that partner network. And I think, anytime you're talking about maximizing your revenue operations, you have to, include channel operations in that as well.
Well said. I couldn't agree with you more. So, can you explain the key tools and systems needed for synchronizing the direct and the indirect sales data, the processes, and the documentation? In other words, what are the considerations for making these easy for channel team leaders to manage?
I think you really just have to stay informed on, the changes, as I mentioned in, kind of your first question, the changes that kind of happen across, the functionality, with this new day and age of AI and functionality there. You really have to understand, the capacity and, true sort of, you know, ability that you have, kind of what you're sitting on when you buy a tool. You're not buying a solution to all your problems. So you have to have someone in place to really be able to leverage, everything that tool can do. So I think oftentimes we hit walls. And being able to really understand, the full capacity of what your tool can do and where it fits into the larger landscape. So are you a spoke in the larger, wheel, or are you, kind of centric to that wheel, and plugging in to other systems, ERPs, PRMs, CRMs. I think it's really important to understand where you fit in, whether it's an LMS or a marketing automation platform. Really understanding where you fit into that landscape, because it's getting crowded. And everyone wants to have the best in breed solution for every use case. But you have to figure out what how to maximize on the tools that you have in place, as budgets start to get thinner, and you have to make tough choices about what software you are going to keep, and what's going to be your best in class technology stack.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Well, in the context of focusing on activities that actually move the needle, could you share your experience and insights on the most impactful actions, such as go-to-market strategies, sales playbooks, partner success planning and engagement, and onboarding of sales partners and their clients?
Yeah, I think one thing that we really see Zift excelling in is seeing the end-to-end partner journey. So from when the partner comes into your ecosystem as as a newly recruited partner, all the way through them servicing and supporting your partners at scale, or your customers at scale. So and anything in between that, so all the deals that they're bringing you, all of the the marketing collateral that's leading to them driving further exposure to your brand, seeing that all in one place. That way, what lever to pull, and which of the things, as you said, moving the needle, which of those actions you can drive towards to better serve your partner network, to meet them where they are, and not just have a one size fits all message about what you're trying to accomplish. Meeting the partner where they are is, I think, the most important thing, because it is a two-way street.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I can't imagine being in either the direct or the indirect or both sales channels and not knowing what levers to pull, what the ROI is on each one, and being able to understand factually which ones are actually moving the needle. So trying to do this without Zift solutions, man, is just flying blind, I'll tell you. Well, I know you're a big fan of the Top Gun Show. I know you have a Top Gun Show coffee mug. You have it locked up in your safe so nobody ever steals it or gets their hands on it because it's life changing. So I know you're a huge fan of the show. I'm going to ask you a question off script here. Why don't you tell us a fun little known fact about yourself?
So growing up, I actually lived in 7 states before I started kindergarten. So I was an Army brat. Got to move around a lot as a kid. So when kids would always compare how many states they lived by the time we got to high school or college, I'd always win, because I'd actually lived in half a dozen or more states by the time I got to elementary school.
Was that a good or a bad thing, looking back?
I think it gave me the perspective of a lot of different backgrounds. Seeing different walks of life has always given me the ability to both chameleon into different areas of the business. Put my CEO hat on. Empathize with a salesperson. So I think revenue operations ability to really put themselves into their consumer. Oftentimes that's an internal person within the organization. For me, that's been my biggest superhero skill set, is being able to empathize with my end customer, and being able to put myself in their shoes, and get the job done for them.
I love it. I love it. Well, Demar, thanks for carving out time out of your busy schedule to be on the Top Gun Show, man. It's nice to meet you. Great to have you on. I'm a huge fan of what you're doing there. Keep up the good work, and thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching, everybody.